So we got no One Piece next week, one hiatus, but I think Oda really outdid himself with another great chapter. This chapter in particular was super informative on a couple of few topics. Number one was the information about the Charlotte family. Number two was the introduction of Sanji's other brother, which I'll get into at the top end of this. But I think the main thing of this is there is definitely the speculation of whether or not there was a traitor. I think this chapter clear that there is a traitor, but what I like about what Oda did in this chapter, the way he preserved it was, okay, who's the real traitor? Because a lot of people said it was Pedro, and maybe it is, but there's a couple of things that you add to it as elements of Pudding. Maybe she's not as truthful as she's saying. It doesn't. At least that's. I don't know what to believe, but. And there's obviously the disappearance of Peckham's is very mysterious as well. And we know that shady character who was talking to Pedro in the previous chapter was there, so I don't know where he's at. But yeah, I like the way Oda did it because it gets you thinking, because it's not. It honestly made me feel like I was reading Danganronpa, and I watched the first season of season 1, but in the anime, but. Not to get off topic a little bit, but to watch Danganronpa made me realise that maybe not everything you see is not what it appears. And what I mean by that is, I'll go into that in a minute. But first off, start with the start of the chapter with Pudding and Straw Hats. Obviously, the cat's out of the bag now. Obviously, she saw the picture anyway, so they were fucked one way or the other. And I mean, the personality of Pudding is one thing, but she really did Sanji. It seems like that. I don't know how truthful she was about that, but it's like every female that's come into contact with Sanji has been nothing but negative. But well, I mean, Viola is kind of different. I mean, she got. But the difference is she's super like Sanji in a lot of ways. But the thing is, that one thing that shot the fuck out of me was when Pudding said, "Oh, Sanji looked to turn me down with it." My face was like everybody else's. And by the way, that was probably the most hilarious part of the chapter. I mean, it had his comedy parts as well, with Brooke obviously being the jealous know-it-all, which is not really sharing anything at all. You know something still about the Vince Smoke, which she's not spitting out, which we need, but we did get an introduction to another Vince Smoke brother, one of Sanji's siblings, by the end of the chapter as well, which I thought was dope. There was something weird about his ability as well. But I'll get to it in a minute. But obviously, the most important thing is the information we got from Pudding about the Charlotte family and the long length. Oh my gosh, it is like twice as big as this. I mean, it's bigger than Henry VIII type of thing. You know what I mean? The tutors and that shit. Oh my gosh, I've got nothing on the Charlotte family. Let's see if I can put this right. I think as it went down, 39 sisters, and I think she had some sons as well. 86 in total, I believe. I could be wrong, but I believe that's insane. So not only that, and I think this really answers a lot of questions. Why so many of Big Mom's daughters look so different? And the reason is because obviously Big Mom's not only a slut, a big fucking slut at that. She's been around the world, so, dipping around, gold digging around, all over the New World, it would seem. I think that's important for a couple of reasons. As to, number one, I don't know about you, but that one particular daughter that was mentioned of somebody looking for a groom, that is obviously Lola. Obviously, there's something else that was brought up as well. I said most of the daughters that Big Mom had, I think 5 daughters, had siblings of their own. So the lookalike of Lola that we saw talking to Sanji a couple of chapters ago, could be a daughter or maybe a sibling of Lola. I'm not too sure. But yeah, that's kind of confirmed Lola's a daughter, which we already knew. But there's confirmation there. I think this obviously confirms the fact that, given the fact that Big Mom's been dipping around with different men, I think this confirms Bonnie is one of the daughters as well. It has to be. and I'm not too sure if that was Whitebeard though, because there's a lot of speculation about, remember, Whitebeard Jr., Weevil, his mum was related to Big Mom in any way. That's a confirmation as well, I think. So that's nice. That's a whole lot of family members. Jesus Christ! Like I said, the tutors don't have shit on Charlotte family, but not only did we get introduced to more of the Charlotte family information, but we also got introduced to Sanji's other brother. I don't know if it's his oldest brother, because I don't think we've still got one more brother to be introduced, but I think this is the brother that Sanji has a gripe with, because if you look at the way the chapter ends, he's like, well, he's obviously the line about looking forward to meeting Sanji, which is, there's obviously friction between those two, so I think we're nearing a flashback, I really do. I think once we get them meet. But the biggest part of the chapter, the main part of the chapters were 3 snippets of the fact that there could be a traitor in the midst. Obviously there was the pudding situation where, and the things that Pedro said were a bit suspicious anyway, but what he said wasn't kind of wrong, because he was right to be untrustful of Pudding, because she's one of the daughters of Big Mom, and she's been threatened. Apparently there's more to it than just all races are being mashed together on one island. I think the thing that it looks like they're being forced against the will to join as one, that's Big Mom's vision, but it's not everybody else's, and there's no freedom there. I think that's where the problems lie, and even the daughters, the 34 daughters, realise this, and some of them go off on their own. We know about Lola. I think this obviously confirms the fact that Barney is one of them, because the likenesses are too far apart from Big Mom. Just the fact that Big Mom's been sleeping around anyway, that makes a lot more sense as to why they're different. And obviously Pedro being as sketchy as it was. Now I'm not too sure, once again to dive back to a couple of chapters ago, but when Luffy couldn't, I think Pedro is the one guy that Luffy couldn't sense with observation hockey, and I don't know why that is, but now that I think about it, and the way things have been set up the past few chapters, it could be something more like he's been trained to do that. So, and speaking of Zoe, how the fuck did Jack manage to find Zoe not once but twice? Granted, this is a giant, humongous elephant, but I mean, to find it twice, I mean, let's not forget he did go try to get back Doflamingo from Fujitora, Tsuru, and Sengoku, which we got coming soon in the anime. But I think the most important thing is there could be a number of traitors, but the thing that Oda did well, I think he diversed it in such a way, making it okay. The sense of disbelief is who is really the biggest traitor of all. Arguably, it made sense if it was Pudding, but I'm not too sure given the way Oda did this chapter. Like I said, no chapter next week, but I'm totally cool with that because it was a great chapter nonetheless. Like I said, it gave me the Danganronpa feel, so I totally dig that. Yeah, that's going to do it for this review. Like I said, the theories are going to be on absolute overload from this chapter, rightfully so. Let me know your thoughts down below. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. I appreciate that. Comment, rate, subscribe as always. And I'll catch you guys for more One Piece. See you guys. Bye.